If you make it a habit to walk through town at night, whether it's a small town, big old city with a bunch of lights, even if it's with a friend, after you hear this story, you may start to maybe go against that. John and Micah, who were hiking buddies, they went on hiking trips together. They even sometimes had nightly strolls through their town, whether it was to a restaurant or a food truck stop just to get something to bite to eat or kill some time. They made this trek quite often, but nothing really strange seemed to ever happen until one night when they came across a woman who at first did not seem that strange. When they saw her initially, she was walking on the same sidewalk that they were walking on along the road. She wasn't making any strange noises or mannerisms initially, but as they got closer, things would start to change pretty drastically. They did notice that every time she would pass in between the streetlights, she would seem to kind of disappear, whether it was in the shadows or the bushes. And they were wearing these really neon colored vests, so no matter what, if the light hit them, they kind of just shone to the world. So they knew for a fact that she had seen them. They figured that she was just a worker from one of the restaurants trying to get home, just like they were. That wasn't until she started making some really strange noises as she got closer to the two young men. As they were approaching her and getting closer and closer on the sidewalk, she started making a noise that sounded like her trying to clear her throat, but this would transition into somewhere between a mix between a small dog barking and a crow cawing. They found this a little strange, but because she was walking pretty normally, wasn't stumbling everywhere, she seemed mentally stable and appeared to not be on drugs. As they got closer, she started making a low moaning noise, and they started, joking back and forth about zombie references. But as they got closer, she started making something that an angry cockatoo would make, and it just kind of really set them back because this entire encounter was extremely bizarre. She's about 2 blocks away. She starts rotating through all these different noises that she's made, just cycling through them almost like she's on some sort of loop. As they got closer, they realized she was an elderly lady, and she almost looked like someone's cute grandma with her perm freshly done, wearing some nice clothes and everything. So they were really caught off by the sounds that she was making. As they got closer, they decided, you know what, I think it's time to cross the street. As they crossed the street, she would scream as high as she possibly could and chase after them. After briefly chasing after them, she would suddenly veer back on the sidewalk, disappearing into the night.